Saturday we've got our Train Like a Lioness event, which is a partner event led by our Talent Legacy group from Plymouth. And it's really great because we've got over 30 Year 6 girls that have been nominated by their school sports partnership and the different schools across it to come and experience a day where they'll train like a lioness. So lots of football, lots of activities this morning in the sports hall with the university students leading it and Plymouth Argyle coaches coming in, and a real great opportunity this afternoon to then play in like a little Euros festival.
For the collaboration of today's event, so it's Plymouth Marjon University, the Women's High Performance Football Centre, but so we've also linked in with the School Sports Partnership and again Plymouth Argyle Community Trust, and along the way we've also linked in with 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗶.
So I started playing football when I was about 8-9 years old. I played for a local team which were 𝗟𝗶𝗶. I believe 𝗟𝗶𝗶 are still running. At that time I was studying at 𝗟𝗶𝗶𝗲 Community College School. I then got scouted to play for the Argyle Centre of Excellence, it was called Centre of Excellence then. From there I was playing for the Argyle under-12s in a local event, and I got scouted to play for the England girls football team, and I then went to a training camp. From there I progressed through the ranks from 15s, 17s, 19s, 23s, and I then went on to get an England women's senior debut as well.
Today, not only are we looking to identify talent, in terms of trying to see if there's young girls that we feel might meet our future lioness characteristics, but a good opportunity to meet other girls, to play football, to take part in some excellent activities in a really aspirational facility at the university at Marjon's. It's a women's high performance football centre here, so what we're looking to do is really build the offer that we have for female players and for talented female players to come in and develop.
So today's event, part of our Discover My Talent pathway, it gives girls the opportunities from primary school to come in, get a bit of a S&C session looking at different agility, balance and coordination sessions, plus football in the afternoon. It also gives us an opportunity to see people we haven't seen before. There's quite a few girls who are currently in our pathway, but what's the beauty of today is that we've got exit routes for all girls and opportunities for all girls to continue football.
So today this was organised by our Talent Legacy group from Plymouth, and Plymouth is one of our hotspot cities. We've got 5 this year that have been right across the country that have been really important cities for us to really develop a network and build some collaborative opportunities for different agencies to come together. So we've got the Women's High Performance Centre here at Marjon University, working together with the School Sports Partnership, with Plymouth Argyle Trust and with 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗶, along with ourselves at the FA, to really come up with a strategy of overcoming barriers for young talented players to be involved in football. So an example of that today would be identifying some talented players that are playing within school settings that might not even own a pair of football boots. They might not play regularly, but show some talent and ability within it. So working with the university and the football club that we have here at Marjon's, they've accessed some boots from the local charity boot bank, and not only will those girls borrow those football boots today, but they'll also be able to take them home so they can play more regularly and hopefully support their development as a player. So as part of the day we are putting on some CPD for teachers to share with them our future lioness characteristics, which is really something to help schools understand better what the kind of things are that we're trying to look for in a player for England in the future. So if they go back into their own settings and see players that display those skills and capabilities, they might be able to identify future players for us, because obviously what we're trying to do is unearth a future lioness.
Yeah, I got into football, I told some of the girls in an interview, some of the kids in an interview before, that I'm now 30, and they were really surprised, so I'm taking that as a compliment. But I think I was about 8-9 years old when I first started playing football. I got into it from my granddad and my dad being my inspiration to take me to a local club, and I was really lucky that they supported me throughout my career. They would travel back and forward from Bristol to Plymouth, because I played for Bristol at the time. They would take me on England camps at 𝗟𝗶𝗶𝗲, Bisham Abbey, St George's Park, and they'd always be the ones to travel me back and forth, which at the time I didn't fully appreciate, but now that I've got older I'm very appreciative of what they did for me, and I don't think I would have gone on to achieve what I achieved without them. But I look back and I think I didn't actually have the opportunities that kids do nowadays, especially being a girl growing up and liking football. So these events are massive for girls football and women's football in terms of equality, and make it more of a normal thing seen to do, which I believe it is a normal thing to do for girls, women to play football. But in order and for the development of girls football in general, this is just a key thing in girls' lives really, for them to experience days like this. So that's why I think it's going to be a huge stepping stone going forward as well. Yeah, so I think the day was set up from the FA, and 𝗟𝗶𝗶 has come down to deliver the day, which again, myself, staff, the kids here, I hope and are very appreciative of the FA and Sarah travelling down and setting up days like this. Like again, I've alluded to, it's really crucial in terms of the development of their knowledge and their technical ability, and also to give them exposure and the experience of enhancing their knowledge of the different players that play in the Euros, are going to be playing in the Euros, different teams that are going to be playing in the Euros, and different women's professional footballers and the career that they have now and the pathway that they've taken in order to get to where they've got to.
Plymouth School Sports Partnership are working in partnership with Barclays. We are a schools football partnership for girls. We're really looking at developing and ensuring that girls have equal access to football across the country, and obviously Plymouth is our area of development, so we want to make sure that they have equal access to football opportunities, whether that's in curriculum time in school, after school activities, but also involved with the talent development today to ensure that we've got that same pathway that we have for boys. The Plymouth, we're still really lucky that in Plymouth we still have a school sports partnership, so we've got that structure in place that we work with the secondary schools and primary schools, so it's a really good vehicle for moving out initiatives such as the girls football partnership. So we were in a really good strategic place to be able to take this work on and work with the schools in order to ensure that the young people of Plymouth have these same opportunities. Yeah, so we've got a really varied group of girls here today, some that have been identified by their schools as talented, gifted and talented across a multi-range of activities, and they've got those core fundamental skills that we're looking for. We've also got some girls who are already playing at club level, and that mixture of those girls is really important today, so that we have got aspirations just within the group that we've got here, that some have never played football before but have got those core skills that are transferable, so that they will be interested in playing in club football and school football. But we've also got that aspiration of the main themes of the day, of seeing how we can actually get these girls to have that ambition to take a career in football or a dual career in football, and actually see what they can achieve.
So a piece of advice I would give would be work hard in terms of in school and in terms of a football perspective as well. In school, I'd say it's massive the transferable phase from year 6 that these kids are currently in now, transferring to year 7, which they're going to be in year 7. It's quite a normal thing to see in terms of girls, them not joining clubs. So what a piece of advice would be to make sure they join football clubs in school, after school, and then also practice when they get home as well. Practice keepy uppies in the garden, passing the ball against the wall, because those are those fundamental skills that can be the minor margin if it determines them progressing on into maybe the Argyle setup, or maybe, fingers crossed, the England setup as well, as they progress through and they get a bit older as well.
What's really good today about the girls coming here to train like a Lioness, what we're hoping to find is that girls that wouldn't normally be exposed to Marjon's as a higher educational establishment, and also the facilities that we have here, what we are looking to do is actually that can we unearth some talent that is not already training with Devon FA, Cornwall FA, or with Plymouth Argyle Community Trust. I mean, it's just great to get the girls in and just see that, hopefully, like, fall in love. You know, we want them to fall in love with the game, and what's more importantly is that, you know, from moving forward here, how they can then begin to express themselves in football. And if they're not already with their local team, maybe they will go and join a team, or maybe they'll go to the sessions that get put on for the long-term player development by the Community Trust. And again, you know, hopefully somewhere along the line as they get older, they'll be here studying football related degree programs.
Yeah, so we've got our player pathway starts from Wildcat Centres, which are just introduction to football sessions, which then we've got other opportunities. We've got a Saturday morning turn up and play session with a a bit more advanced coaching than the Wildcats. We've also got our player development centres, which again we follow a syllabus and gives the girls a bit more detailed coaching with exit routes to local grassroots clubs, so we try and signpost girls to local grassroots so they can get more opportunity to play football. And then we've got our girls advanced development centre, which is similar to the boys academy, so we've got age groups from under 10s right up to under 16s. They train for an hour and a half a week. We play regular fixtures in half terms up and down the country against other EFL clubs, and we also play quite a lot of grassroots boys teams to test and challenge the girls. That then leads into our post-16 education programme, which bridges the gap from 16 to 18 for girls who are finishing under 16 football to then lead into the women's game. And then obviously we've got our under 23s and women's first team, so we've got a complete pathway at the football club to give girls who want to play recreational sport or elite level sport, so we've got opportunities for all girls.
So the Girls Football Partnerships, the idea is to ensure that we've got girls have equal access to football right across the board, from playtimes in schools to their curriculum teaching time to extracurricular activities to competitions. So we're really looking at that equal access, and then what we're looking at for here is to ensure that they've got that equal access to gifted and talented, to those pathways in football to show that they can still achieve their dreams of playing for England or playing for their club or playing for fun.